to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And it goes without saying, this is the time of year you better figure out where the closest Fisherman's Marine is to you, because we got a lot going on. Today, we're going to actually start talking about Buoy 10. In 1 month, basically 1 month from now, Buoy 10 kicks off on the 1st of August, right? Well, you got to start getting geared up. Starting on the 1st of July, we've got the buy 3, get 1 free deal over there at Fisherman's. And today, we have a special guest in studio, the perfect person to come in and talk about this, Shane Magnuson. He's the owner-operator of Upper Columbia Guide Service and is also with Yakima Bait. You can see him there with a big, I think that's a fall Chinook. Is that a fall Chinook? It's got to be a fall Chinook. Oh, yeah, that's a Buoy 10 fish, by the way. Perfect timing. We're going to talk about a number of different things that you can do with some of the Yakima gear, but this is all about how you can catch more fish. When we have the opportunity to have Shane in here, we're going to talk a little bit about some of those products that are on that buy 3, get 1 free deal. Again, that starts on July 1, which for that matter, with the fishing still holding out strong on the Willamette, that deal is going to hold strong for extra late springers on the Willamette. In particular, the one that we get the most questions about is the new cut plug that Shane is all about, behind, I should say, the new cut plug. We're going to talk a little bit about that, how you can have more success this fall Chinook season with those, and it's certainly something that you're going to want to make sure you have in your arsenal before that season kicks off. But after that, we also have a live report with Kyle Dotson. He is the owner of Orr Angling. You know we love to talk with Kyle over there on the coast. He's out of Pacific City. He's a dory fishing guide, which there aren't a lot of those. But we're going to find out how things have been. The saltwater has been extremely productive the last handful of weeks just because of the time of year, of course. But conditions fall into play if you can or cannot get out there. But we're going to check in with him live from the water and find out what those conditions are like and how the fishing has been for them there in that area, which should give you a really good idea of what's going on up and down the coast as well. So we're going to cover a ton of ground with those guys as always, but we got a lot of photos. So let's go ahead and start showing you some of the photos that you've all been sending in. And yeah, lots of halibut have been getting caught. You can see there that that particular smile on that man's face is for a reason. Look at that. That is, like, for me, the perfect size halibut. Best eaten ones in the saltwater, in my opinion, are Oregon coast halibut. I have a friend of mine that was actually out this week, and they did really, really well over 2 days out there chasing halibut, and there's been some great opportunities out there. But great photo, too, by the way. Looks like a nice day on the saltwater. Brian sent in, look at that. Catch and release sturgeon right there at Meldrum Bar. That must have been a surprise. He was probably salmon fishing and hook into a nice size sturgeon like that. He probably thought that he had a real big Chinook on for a little while. Brian, nice photo. Definitely some good options out there chasing walleye as well. You been fishing walleye? Well,
a little bit.
A little bit. But take a look at that. That's one of the best parts about walleye here in the Northwest. Best areas to be right now are up in the gorge, and it's let alone beautiful area, beautiful country, but the fishing can be awesome. That's right there. One of those, maybe just a little bit small enough to keep. That's just my own personal take, everyone. Crescent Lake trout. Mark sent this in. That's a dandy. Look at the spots on that. Dandy fish. Beautiful. Looks like they were downrigger fishing. Some great chances as well on some of the lakes all over the place right now. Dave's first salmon. Nice fish. That'll keep him coming back. Chuck sent this in. It's super easy to do, everyone. We're going to show you that in just a second on how to send them over. Oh, look at that. Tributary spring Chinook. Dennis, off of Highway 1 to, exactly. Don't give it up too much. Nice fish, too. Been some decent, as long as you can find water in the right spots. After that rain last week, some of the tributaries were a little interesting. Now, this one, yeah, you're going to all kind of go, what? Now, this is verified. Pete Fogel from Rods and Reels in Need actually sent this photo over. This is on the Willamette, not far from Meldrum Bar, just downriver, and that was caught in the Willamette. A swiper is what they would call that, a hybrid. Believe it or not, they're in the Willamette. Kind of scary, a little interesting, but that's a dandy-sized fish, and guess what they eat? Salmon and steelhead smolts. Go figure. It's kind of spooky. Have you seen that photo yet? Striper, oh, that's an interesting one. And this seems like each year we're starting to see these photos show up when somebody catches one of these fish. They're not supposed to be in the in the Willamette, so we can get that out of the way. But super easy. If you go over to your little app store and you find the Fox 12 app, just download it. It's free. You can follow along with Outdoor GPS all the time, but also upload your photos and video, and we show you off every Saturday and Sunday morning. Now, don't forget, one of the funnest things is you can win yourself something free. We've got a photo contest going on with Abby's. It's gps@abby's.com. There's one winner per week. You do need to enter in each week, and there's a winner that gets themselves a giant pizza. And if you go in there, you can get everything else too, which is delicious, by the way. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, we're going to have our report segment. We got to talk a little bit about sockeye again. We talked about this last week. There was a little bit of positivity this week, but we'll see how things are going with that 10-year average and, of course, river levels. And we're going to have weather with Peyton Major as well. We'll be back in just a minute.